So we've got Steph and, oh God, it's gone.
Rebecca
Peterson,
Yes.
presenting to us today.
Yep.
The floor is yours.
Brilliant, thank you. I am very conscious that we're standing between you and lunch and then a very riveting workshop at 1 o'clock. So we will rattle through this. This was the was workshop content that we were going to have on Thursday afternoon following on from the housing divestment proposal. Unfortunately, Rebecca wasn't able to be at that workshop, but we consumed an hour and a half, so we were all good to go. So, and instead of me rabbiting on about it today, you've actually got the person who's actually been looking after it going forward. So I will hand over to Beck to lead us through, and we'll do a bit of a team tag and take any questions. And ultimately, this will come to you as a paper at DNR Delivery and Regulatory on the 4th of June. Lots happening on the 4th of June. So, yeah, I'll hand over to Beck.
So, kia ora koutou. For Beck Peterson, tōku ingoa, is Senior Policy Analyst Moti Konihira o Ahuriri. I'm in the Strategy and Policy team, and as Steph has said, been supporting this mahi from a council officer perspective. So today we're here to provide you an update on the regional housing strategy that we'll bring on the 4th of June for endorsement. The strategy has been developed collaboratively by local government across the region, iwi, PSGEs and Tai Whenua through the Hawke's Bay Matariki Housing Leadership Group. Council's been involved and contributed to the strategy at officer level, which I've just mentioned. It's a non-statutory framework that does not commit council to funding, regulatory change or delivery on specific housing projects. The Regional Recovery Agency has been the administering body supporting this kaupapa. They folded at the end of March, and it's now been supported by the interim regional office. So today we're going to provide an overview of the leadership group, including membership, some of the initiatives that have been undertaken, and to present the draft strategy, which sets out the long-term vision aspirations for the region around housing. Initially, a stocktake of housing across Hawke's Bay was undertaken to inform the development of the strategy, noting that each territorial authority and region have their own housing challenges. Some of the housing-specific challenges across the region include a shortage of single-bedroom and couple-only houses. This is quite specific to Napier and Hastings. An ageing population, rental affordability and home ownership affordability. House prices rising faster than incomes, and obviously the cyclone exacerbated many of these and highlighted the need for a more resilient and coordinated housing system. I'll just also acknowledge some of Napier's specific issues, land availability and exposure to natural hazards. This slide is to acknowledge alignment to our Napier housing strategy alongside the regional housing strategy. Both address the full continuum of housing from homelessness through to home ownership. Both give weight to Papakāinga development treaty-based partnerships as central. They reference place-based partnerships and collective action across iwi, local and central government, developers and community housing providers. And the key focus areas map closely and reference the future development strategy as our 30-year growth strategy. I just added a couple of slides to remind us of our housing strategy continuum that identifies focus areas and clarifies our role of council and other players. Similarly, our housing strategy framework, which sets the vision, principles and priority areas, which we won't be going into today. So, likely of more interest, who is the Housing Leadership Group? So the Housing Leadership Group, for those who don't know, originated as a subset of the Matariki Governance Group, which primarily focused on cyclone recovery and an agreement from Hawke's Bay leaders to continue to work together to address housing challenges across the region. During 2025, an MOU was drafted to formalise this partnership, and in June last year, Council sought approval to enter the MOU to support locally led housing delivery via the Matariki Housing Leadership Group. This was signed by partners in late 2025. The leadership group now operates independently of Matariki governance structures, with decision-making authority retained by individual member organisations. Here's a list of membership. Members agreed, as part of the MOU, to work together to explore opportunities to develop a strategy, to advocate to central government for housing needs across the region, funding applications, exploring establishing a housing entity, coordinating cross-sector initiatives, and monitoring and reporting. These are the 7 guiding principles that are identified in the strategy to advance the vision. But probably what you're more interested in is what have they been doing. So there's a summary of activities that have been progressed since signing the MOU. But the 2 key programs of work that have been the focus is delivery of 159 allocated social housing places for Hawke's Bay and the development of the Hawke's Bay housing strategy. So here's a bit of a summary. So following government's Kāinga Order review and shift towards increasing social housing provided by community housing providers, government invested $140 million into 1,500 social homes to be delivered by community housing providers between June 25 and June 27. The Housing Leadership Group proposed to the Minister to be selected as a priority location to deliver 150 social homes. There was an additional 9, that's why I mentioned 159. The Housing and Urban Development worked with the Leadership Group, community housing providers, iwi and councils to agree to deliver 159 over the region, and here's a summary of what's currently being delivered and all on track. So you'll see here there are 64 homes in Napier, which is 57% of the total allocation. So as stated, the leadership group...
6 and whatever it takes, are they the ones on Willowbank?
I'm not 100% sure of all the locations, but I can find out.
It's complete.
So as stated, the leadership group's been working to develop a strategy, acknowledging that all partners are free to work in their own right on housing, which can be seen on this slide with all the different plans, strategies for the different regions, different localities. So the 20-year vision for the regional housing strategy is up here on the slide, along with the 5 high-level outcomes or focus areas. Whānau Wellbeing and Community Development acknowledges impact of housing across the continuum, on wellbeing and housing across the continuum. Affordable, quality and diverse housing supply to meet the region's specific housing needs. Māori housing aspirations and enabling mana whenua and Māori housing initiatives, including Papakāinga. Effective planning, infrastructure and regulation to support housing growth through coordinated planning and regulatory processes. And collaborative governance and investment, coordinating regional priorities and partnerships to secure funding and opportunities. So once endorsed by all of the leadership group partners, Council will continue to work with the group to develop an action plan. The action plan will be brought back to Council, and this is where we expect to see engagement with key stakeholders, including disability networks and organisations who haven't had input to date. These are the high-level goals of the housing strategy, and that's pretty much it. So as Steph mentioned, today's the opportunity to ask any questions. We can take back to the leadership group, and then we'll bring a paper back to you on the 4th of June for endorsement. Any questions?
Guy?
Kia ora. I just, and it might be an unintended consequence or a risk, but was during the forming of the strategy, was youth discussed in any of the planning of the strategy?
the strategy development to date has been very much completed on behalf by the Housing Leadership Group. So there hasn't been a lot of engagement. I'm not sure if that's your question or whether, so there hasn't been engagement with specific organisations to feed into that.
Well, we can take that
We
back.
can absolutely take that back because
There's some
I have
feedback.
noted there are a few gaps in terms of.
Yeah, I think just, because if they're not highlighted in the strategy, then we in noting too that Hawke's Bay has no dedicated youth housing, and if the strategy is for long-term housing supply, which I think it mainly focuses on the push of supply of housing, but it's also not focusing on the prevention of houselessness as well, long-term.
Right. Whare?
I'll ask it. How will success be measured over time, and what reporting framework will ensure elected members and communities can clearly track whether housing outcomes are improving?
There are success measures. They're quite high level. I think, and even the actions and who's delivering on. So the action plan should identify more specific measures, but the strategy as it stands is not at that level, doesn't provide that level of detail. I would be confident to say that the Housing Leadership Group is the overall owner of the strategy, so that would be who would be accountable in terms of reporting via members.
But again, I think that's a really good question for us to take back to the group to say, it's all well and fine signing up to a strategy, but how do we know that this is actually going to, how are you going to measure success, how are you going to, and how are you going to report back, and is it the regional housing leadership group that are reporting back to council, or is it going to come through officers? Thanks for the question.
Right, and just off the back of Whare's partai, I wondered if you could also ask the leadership group if they're considering embedding housing education or prevention policy as well to go alongside. And I say that because providing houses, I guess, with our most vulnerable, if we're not, we can provide housing, but without the capability and the means to live within those whare, then we're still providing only short-term, potentially, solutions as well.
It's a really good point, and I was quite pleased to see in Focus Area 1 a link to community development. So there is acknowledgement of broader impacts of housing on wellbeing. And
Any further questions? No, that's it. Thank you for your presentation and workshop today. And
We will see you on the 4th of June, which will be just to endorse the strategy, but in between times we can take these questions. Beck can take the questions back to the group. They do meet fortnightly and share those, and then in the paper that comes on the 4th of June, provide an update on those 3 key areas that you've asked. Cool. Thank you very much.
thank you.
thank you.
Easy.
I have no idea where lunch is, but I guess...
You.
We're fine. In the
Are
middle.
they bringing it into us here, or are we next door? Okay.
Where?
Well, you know, to
Can we pull them forward 9 minutes, or
84.
20 minutes?
Were you born there?
Or
Got to put the
looking at
state on.
housing, which is
Yeah, just have a